Hi there, my name's Tim Stevenson and welcome to my video on digital learning environments. I'm currently the Learning and Development Lead at a not-for-profit organisation. So the context of my teaching environment is professional development opportunities for our employees to attend one-off sessions to try and increase confidence and knowledge in the core areas of development. So some of the components I teach include trauma-informed care, leadership development, substance use, and our client group is predominantly people in contact with the justice system. In this video, I'm going to outline a plan to introduce, trial, and evaluate two new digital learning technologies to address some of the pedagogical issues identified in the analysis of our current learning and teaching practice. My plan changed from the feedback I was given from my teacher and my peers, which I was really grateful for, and think it's going to really improve my plan. So I'm going to start off with a critique of existing practice in my organisation in the learning and teaching space. One of the main critiques of the learning environment currently is how do I know, or how do we know as an organisation that our learners are learning what we're trying to teach? So for example, if we're trying to teach knowledge of substance use and possible interventions around substance use, how do we as an organisation know that our employees are embedding that with their clients? That's one of the pedagogical issues that we're wrestling with, and a critique of our existing practices. Currently, we don't know, and we deliver the one-off sessions, and from there's no real follow-up or assessment whether the learners have learned what we're trying to teach. The other pedagogical issue we have currently is, are our learners engaged in our digital learning environment? So our face-to-face delivery of learning at AXO, which is my organisation, has pivoted to Microsoft Teams out of necessity from the COVID-19 pandemic. This is not the ideal launch into a digital learning environment, because what we're doing is just transferring what we did face-to-face onto a digital learning environment through Microsoft Teams. The question is how are we engaging our learners in this digital environment? Are we utilising the best digital learning environment? Or have we just simply pivoted to online and left it where it is? Which I would say the latter, and that's the critique of our current digital learning environment. So with those two pedagogical issues in mind, I'm going to plan and embed and evaluate two new technologies to address those pedagogical issues. The first digital technology I'm going to use in my plan is to utilise Microsoft Teams, which we currently use. So I'm not introducing a whole nother technological platform or digital platform. What I'm going to do is create a reflection room on Microsoft Teams. So it's a group that everyone that's completed a training, for example, substance use, will then be added to the reflection room. And as I'll be the one monitoring and moderating the conversation, and I will be strategically asking for people to utilise the reflection room to provide examples of when they've been able to embed substance use principles into practice. And this gives us an opportunity to see, yes, these are the examples, even though they're anecdotal, that we've been able to embed the learning into practice, which is our goal at the organisation. Then 6 weeks after I run the session on substance use, I'm going to invite everyone to come back into the reflection room and run a virtual face-to-face session and canvass all the different times people have been able to introduce substance use learning into practice with our clients. That will help them embed their own learning and also give other people examples of how other employers have been able to embed the learning. So the use of a digital reflection room creates a continuity of learning in this one particular topic. If that's successful, obviously we can roll it out more broadly. The second digital technology I'm going to use is to introduce Poll Everywhere into our learning sessions. I want to utilise Poll Everywhere to ensure that people are interacting, that people are even actually present in the sessions, because it's really hard to tell at times. So if we introduce a technology like Poll Everywhere, we can gauge when people are actually interacting and if people are interacting. So that's the second digital technology I want to introduce. The plan to evaluate both of those technologies is through student survey. At the moment, I think that's the best evaluation methodology that's available to us, is to ask targeted questions for both of those new digital learning technologies. From the student's point of view, have they been able to embed the learning and have they been engaged in the sessions? So that's my plan, and I'm hoping that it goes well. Thank you very much for tuning in to my video on digital learning environments.